Welcome to the Softwarepreneur Show. My name is Pamela Dale, your GHL gal, and today we have episode 7, another fellow Canadian. They are incredible up north of that border. Lots of fabulous women doing amazing things. And today we have Wyld, the TikTok guru. Let's talk short form video. Welcome.
Hello, Pamela. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm super excited to talk all things TikTok and short form as well.
Perfect. So I came across you because you were in the Julie Chanel world. I think I'd put a comment in there about TikTok, and it was a while ago, and you popped on, and I kind of got over into your world, and then you did a 3-day event that was absolutely spectacular, and then we started working.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I've worked with Kathy of Funnel Gorgeous and Kathy Olson. And yeah, they're just amazing. So I am huge fans of Julie and Kathy and Funnel Gorgeous and all the things that they do.
Right. So tell us a little bit about why short form video? How did you get here?
Well, yeah, okay. Oh, why short form or how did I get here? Which one? Okay, I'll start with, it seems more logical to start with how did I get to short form? But it's a bit of a pandemic pivot story. Just before the pandemic happened, I was doing personal brand photography, video content creation. So I was making content for business owners and also doing a little bit of the personal brand coaching and digital marketing part of it, because a lot of my clients didn't know like how to use the assets and what to say on social media. So doing a little bit of that as well. And I had a friend of mine who was an Instagram coach say, oh, that she had just got on TikTok. It was a lot of fun and it was really, really early and a lot of potential on the app. And there's not a lot of business owners there. And she said, you should just check it out. And I was really like over the whole Instagram aesthetic and curated culture and looking for something different. So I got on TikTok and yeah, I was making all kinds of different types of content, stuff about photography, personal branding, mindset. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I had a video go viral, and that's how TikTok gets you hooked. So that was very exciting. My first viral video, which was actually only 100,000 views or so, which I wouldn't even consider viral anymore, but it was exciting at the time. And that's what got me hooked and started thinking like, oh, like this is really interesting platform. I started learning everything I could. And then I started sharing and talking about it to my Instagram audience. And then I was just getting an influx of DMs and engagement I had never gotten before. And so many people asked me questions and I was like, okay, there's a huge demand for this type of knowledge. And yeah, I just kind of had a light bulb moment where I thought, you know, I could really help people use this app as another social media marketing tool to generate leads and to make more impact with their business. So that's really sort of how it started. Once I made that decision, I just went all in, learning everything I could and did a pivot, total pivot in my career.
I really admired the way that you come at the short form video. One of the things that I struggled with when we started was, oh my God, everybody's saying that you can build a SaaS business and it's going to take 3 days and your 8-year-old can do it and you're going to make $1 million. And I know that's not true. But it was, and still feels like that's the only way you're going to ever do anything over there. So can you speak to that a bit in your experience?
I would say, you know, here's the thing, short form video marketing is so new. We don't really have any established standards. And I see this a lot, not just on TikTok, Reels, Shorts, wherever. People will say anything or exaggerate things or claims to get more views, right? We know that when you get more views on your video, you get more visible, you get more exposure. So people will say anything, and we don't really have set guidelines for that. So it does really upset me when I see people doing like a little bit more of what I would consider unethical marketing tactics. As an example, I saw someone a coach come on and say that, you know, oh, my client made $1 million on TikTok, DM me how, kind of thing. And it's like, okay, well, you're not being very transparent there at all. There's a lot of that clickbait and that sort of thing going on. and I mean, this could be a whole discussion on,
Right.
mindful consumption of social media. And actually, interesting thing, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but I have to say, I was scrolling on Shorts this morning and I saw a little thing pop up from YouTube saying, making people aware of what clickbait is. You should have taken a screenshot or a screen recording of it, and saying, like, be mindful of like the things that you see on social media, and not everything is true. We know there was a lot of misinformation during the pandemic, and that was a bigger issue that was brought to light, being more careful about what we consume. But yeah, so it might seem like there is a lot of that on social media. However, I think as marketers, we kind of know we can pick up that stuff. And, it's going to maybe resonate with some people, but you have to be you, right? You have to be your authentic self. You're going to attract those people when you are yourself. If you're trying to be something else, you're not going to appeal to the right people that you want to attract anyways, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So you are seeing people be really successful on the app without doing clickbaity garbage, if that's even the right word.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I think you still have to be strategic. Like, this is why I'm really big on creating a personal brand on TikTok to help you stand out, and communicating certain brand values and brand messages, and sharing story. Story is huge in short form video marketing right now. Those are very powerful tactics that can help you get seen as well.
one of the things that I struggled with was coming up with some of those content pillars. It was really hard for me to kind of pull back out of, the what I do to a bigger, wider kind of range of kind of, because I've got a lot of knowledge, but I was really kind of really focused in. Can you speak to those pillars and how important those really are on TikTok?
Yeah, so in case you're wondering, I teach content pillars, also known as content buckets, content categories,
Yeah.
as a content strategy for TikTok. And this is just a way to plan and organize so that you know what types of videos you're going to post. So that's what we're talking about there with content pillars. I recommend having 4 to 6 pillars. These can also be thought of like topics or themes that you talk about on your page, and they want to cover. These pillars should cover all aspects of the funnel, right? They covering the very top of the funnel, that awareness, attracting more people, creating that awareness. There are types of content that you want to post to nurture and engage your community in the middle of the funnel. And then, of course, like more of this promotional content. So they should relate to that, but they also should be around 4 to 6 that again reflect your products and services, especially your main larger pillars. For most service-based entrepreneurs, that's going to be educational content. So the type of content that you're making out within these pillars has to reflect what you're selling, what you're offering, and your expertise.
Absolutely. And what is it that is working out there right now that you feel is working well? There's lots of talk, the algorithm sucks and all sorts of
Mm.
stuff.
A few things, sure. CapCut templates are huge,
Are
huge
they?
on TikTok, and I see them on Reels as well. They translate over there as well. Maybe not the so much of the TikTok memes, but other styles of CapCut templates. And I actually just recently went really deep into CapCut templates and started exploring different styles and themes within CapCut. And it's like a whole world in there.
Mm,
So very interesting stuff. There are certain creators who make templates that are based around certain memes and themes, and but those are just big. Those are super big on TikTok right now. Using those, one reason why they're so, I think, popular is because they're just super easy to make a video. You can make a video in 3 minutes, and you don't even have to show your face. You just put like a photo using green screen of whatever your joke is about in the background. So they're very popular. Those are working for people. I would say more at that top of the funnel, the awareness. So those are kind of more of the trends that kind of like creating awareness, but also storytelling, really, really huge on TikTok, and really powerful. And I mean, it all comes back to storytelling and marketing in a way. So not that surprised, but getting really good at telling the story. And I'm not just talking about like doing a vlog or something, but you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. I've been working on some different frameworks to give people a bit more of a guide, because I think, you know, people just they're not really sure how to tell a story. But I mean, it's all out there. It's all out there on the internet. You know, it all comes back to the hero's journey. You know, our stories don't deviate from that too much.
So the hero's journey, for those that are watching that don't know what that is, could you explain it a little bit?
Sure. So the hero's journey is kind of the basis of every Star Wars or
Yep.
Marvel movie, where you have a character that goes off and experiences some sort of problem. And usually they find some sort of guide that helps them through the problem. And the whole point is that the story is about kind of solving that problem or overcoming that problem to have some sort of final resolution or realization of some sort.
So a hero's journey, do you think it's possible on TikTok to do that without showing your face?
Yeah, there is. There's definitely ways to tell story without showing your face. Um, whether that is through pre-recorded footage so that you don't have to show up like on camera in that moment,
Mhm.
or whether you do it through maybe some type of other imagery. Some people might use a bit of stock footage. I don't really recommend that. It's not. I see more of that kind of on reels. But I mean, it's a little harder when you're service based and much easier when you're product based to tell
Right.
a story and show products and not be on screen. But there are some ways. It's just a little. You have to be a little bit more savvy.
A lot of the listeners
But that's an
are
interesting
in,
question.
pardon?
Because I just think that's an interesting question, because I think you should show up, especially if you're service based. You need to be showing up on camera, especially for telling story and that connection.
I think so
And
too.
so if you are don't want to show up on camera, then telling story, then I would, you know, I would dig deeper into why that is.
Yes, yes. So a lot of the listeners and people are in the Go High Level world or exploring Go High Level, and they're going to need to promote their software. So I had a challenge of
Mm-hmm.
trying to promote it as an affiliate, but as a software business, how would you approach? Do you have any tips or tricks for how you would approach selling software?
Well, I think through all of, you know, short form video, these what really resonates with people is a personality and a connection. So yes, there have been people who have success just doing, like, you know, certain tutorial styles of videos and voiceover and never showing up on screen. However, I think, you know, it's your job to kind of get people to fall in love with you. We know that people buy from people. So you do have to show up in various ways to be that personality to connect with people, even if you are selling a software.
So the software usually, or I think, starts from a journey of some sort of thing. It's solving some problems. When I'm out and about and helping people with marketing, I find that they never do enough of the work out front to determine what that story is or to
Mm.
do the marketing. Is it going to be more challenging moving forward, do you think, without story and without doing that work, or where do you see the trends going?
It can be more challenging, because if you just start doing a lot of how-to content and educational content, it's kind of like you're just training your audience for that, and then they never. You also have to do, like, you just where you have to do a mix of content. Um, you know, yes, we do a lot of educational content, but you also need to convert those followers into dollars as well. So you don't want to train them to just come to you for your how-to videos and then never go take the next step to work with you or to actually use whatever it is that you're offering.
Absolutely. So is TikTok really powerful for local businesses, do you think, or local areas?
It's absolutely powerful for local businesses because of the location features. So one thing is the location tagging. So if you are a location-based business, I would highly recommend that you tag your location in your videos. They've been working on this feature over in Asia. We don't have it in North America yet, where they have a separate feed that is by location. So say, you're looking for a restaurant or a service or something, there is a feed with video content from creators in that location. And then on top of that, we know that when by the nature of the algorithm, it's geo-focused. So TikTok knows your IP address. It pushes out your videos to a location, your location first, before it sends it out to a wider geographic area. So in order to reach that wider geographic area, you need to get more engagement on your videos.
Any concerns around TikTok being banned in the States?
Great question. It's I think, let me think about how I want to answer this. I haven't answered this question in a while, and I've honestly kind of forgotten about it. I think it's important on all social media platforms that we are diversifying, and of course, list building. We know that these are all places that are on rented space. It's really hard to say what the future of TikTok is going to be in the US. And I think, it's just going to be, we'll see with time what goes on. I know the news cycle at the time we're recording this has gotten a little bit more quiet on that. But maybe, during the election, these kind of issues will be brought up again.
That's a great point. Yeah, during the election. So you've heard of Clapper, and do you see what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on Clapper? It's a very different app than TikTok. And I think even though it's short form vertical video, you cannot really compare the two. Obviously, TikTok has a very advanced algorithm. I mean, nobody's algorithm compares to TikTok. Like Meta doesn't have it, Google doesn't have it, or Alphabet. They don't have the same type of algorithm. Everybody wants that algorithm. Because the TikTok algorithm is just so fine-tuned. It knows you better than you know yourself. It knows what you want to watch. It's scary. It's very scary. So yes, the algorithm is not as great, and they have like a different mission over there and a different culture on their app. So I think there are some creator potential there. There are some features that I do like. However, it's also lacking in some major features that if they do not get improved, I don't really see people staying on the app
For much longer. Yeah, it's very clunky. And
yeah.
what about something like Lemonade? Have you heard of Lemonade and have any thoughts on Lemonade?
Yes, I have heard Lemonade. I have not been able to download it because it's not available in Canada.
It's not available in Canada, exactly.
It's not. It is available right now in Southeast Asia, UK, and US, and they are scaling it big time. Yes, I know some people working for Lemonade who are putting a lot of time and energy into ramping up. They want to be like #1 on the App Store. But yeah, it's been interesting what I've heard. Some people kind of love it, some people hate it, but it is very much, like people say, apparently, Instagram, a mix between like Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. It's very influencer vibes. From what I've heard, I kind of see it as like it's a bit of a shopping app. So if you're really into, fashion and beauty and those types of trends, I think there's like, maybe travel niche might be good over there. Some lifestyle wellness niches. But I think, it's heavily going to rely on like, consumer culture and shopping and promoting and that sort of thing. So unless you're really into that, I don't see it as so much as like an entertainment app.
Right. And TikTok, where do you see it in a couple of years from now? What are your thoughts on the app?
Gosh, I think, they are going to continue to build out lots of new features. I mean, one thing about TikTok is they're always testing and trying different features. One day something's here, the next day it's gone. I think they will continue to push heavily with live streaming. They have brought back the TikTok shop in the US. So there is still this what's the word I want to say? They still are trying to kind of create this like shopping, live stream shopping culture that exists in China, right? We know it's really, really big over there on the Chinese version of TikTok, and the social media over here in the US has been trying to experiment with that. However, they don't seem to be able to do it as such a good job. So we know that Amazon has been trying. I think Instagram actually said that they stopped. They're not going to do live stream shopping. YouTube, I just read recently, is experimenting with live stream shopping. So I think that TikTok wants to be kind of like a leader in this. I know that they've outsourced and hired a company to kind of like manage all of it. But I see a lot more of that kind of influencer UGC type of content and more of the shopping type of experiences as well.
Very powerful. And what would you recommend for somebody who's just getting started using TikTok? How would they get started?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the first thing you have to do before you join any social media app is do a little bit of research. So download the app, start consuming some content. I would particularly use the magnify glass, which is the search feature, and go type in some keywords related to your niche or your industry and see what's there, see what type of content is there, and start consuming content with a very careful eye. So, noticing like how long are these videos? How are they structured? What are they saying in the video? What features are they using? What are people saying in the comments? What's like working? What doesn't seem to be working? That's really just going to give you an idea of like, okay, can I actually do this? Can I see myself? Maybe then you can start to envision like yourself being on camera, making videos and really determining, okay, is this for me? Or is this something I really don't want to spend my time and energy on? Because there are lots of other ways to market as well. But yeah, that's going to just, be able to determine like what's out there. Can I do this? And maybe get some of those creative juices flowing.
So I haven't been great at doing a lot of TikToks. Have I missed the boat? Have I missed the TikTok
Great
boat?
question. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like that in 2023 because they hear these things. We all know how important it is to get on these apps early. And yes, I took advantage of the 2020 generous algorithm. And yeah, honestly, the algorithm, the organic reach has dropped quite a lot since 2020. I can't, I'm not going to lie about that. However, TikTok is a platform where I do believe anything is possible. And I wouldn't, if I didn't believe in that, I couldn't be here, sitting here talking to you and supporting like people, encouraging people to join the app because I do see people having a lot of success, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into it. It's not as easy as one might think to just like hop on, make a video, go viral, have some sort of overnight success. That's the type of stuff they love to share in the media, right? That's kind of the culture. I know it's a draw why people go to TikTok because there is this opportunity for virality and to get a lot of exposure. But yeah, so I would say you haven't missed the boat, but it does require some strategy and a little bit of an element of luck. But yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of possibility on TikTok for sure.
I think that's the thing that I struggled with is most things come easy to me. I've
Mm.
been very fortunate, maybe a little bit smart, a little bit of a smart ass too, right? Like I've got some qualities there, but the short form tricked me up. I had and I just now I think I'm getting good enough that I can write the scripts. Okay, so now I feel like, okay, maybe once I get started, because I don't want to start if I'm not going to be able to continue it. But I'm feeling like it took a while though to not be so in my head around what I do and be able to pull it back enough that it made sense to other people. And then it was too promo,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Yeah, it's a completely normal feeling. It really is. I often say to people, uh, the short form video marketing, it is so new. We don't learn these schools in high school or college. Like how to communicate a message in 10 seconds, like that is very difficult for a lot of people. and that's essentially what I teach, right? And there's different types of videos that you can do that. There's different strategies for that, because we who would have known like 5 years ago that like you make like these POV trends as a way to market yourself. It's weird. It's kind of weird when you think about it, that you do these 5-second videos and make this joke or whatever. And it is a little, it's different, it's weird. So it's totally okay. It is a skill, right? It is a skill that you learn and you get better with practice. It's just again, it's the art of communication. It's just, instead of doing it through copy in a blog or a sales letter or whatever, or Instagram caption, you're just doing it through video.
Yes, it's that 10 seconds was, so it's forced me to get rid of all the fluff, right? And then realizing as well that I didn't need to sell so much on, and I could just educate. I could just talk, and then the other piece of it was allowing my personality to come out more and trying to figure out who that is on the app. There's Michaela, the makeup lady. I'm sure you know who she is. Like, she pulls that strong accent and things like this. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they teach us in marketing, right? Is to pull a character, or have an enemy, or your hero's journey, all of these pieces of it. And I think we're lazy. I think we're lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think she's being authentically herself. I don't think Michaela's putting that on too much.
She pulls it out, I mean, a little bit, right? Which I can too.
Probably a little bit. I mean, I always, emphasis, you have to have a little bit more personality and energy on camera. Like the way I'm talking to you right now, I'm being on camera and I'm talking. It's not the same as if there was a camera off, right? Right. I'm amping up the personality, amping up the energy in the way I speak. It's the same in short form video, but you're still being yourself, right? You don't want to turn into like someone you're not. But so yeah, she might be amping it up in that way. But I think she really is that kind of raw, and like the way she speaks and just speaks her mind, that type of thing still comes through, right? You see that. So,
and I think that's why she does
and it's not authentic. Yeah, it's that authenticity that appeals to people. People are over perfect and polished, right? So this is where it's hard to really kind of put yourself out there in the online space and just be you. But that is the way that we're doing it now. We're over the whole perfect. Nobody wants perfect. We want to relate to you, right?
What would you say to someone who's scared of coming on the app and getting the hate?
Okay, they don't even want to get on video because they're scared of the hate. I think I would go a little bit deeper into some of the mindset there, as to start asking some questions. So what is it that about a hate comment that would make you upset, right? So looking kind of at like, what is triggering them, and probably a little bit more mindset stuff too, and so that they can come to the realization that number one, you don't take anything personally from strangers on the internet. Like, it doesn't mean anything. They don't know you, you know you. But yeah, I think it's probably a bit of some mindset stuff going on there. So I would dig deeper into that.
You've mentioned the word mindset a couple times. That's not, I find it exciting because I don't think we talk enough about it, right? When we're in business, we hear a lot of skills and tactics and things like that, but you've touched on it a couple of times. Can you tell me a little bit more about? Yeah.
Oh, well, being an entrepreneur is a roller coaster ride. It is like, it's like a master class or advanced master class in mindset skills. So learning, I mean, one big thing I think that helps me, is not making meaning. As humans, we tend to make meaning from a lot of things, which just means that like we make assumptions, or like if someone doesn't respond to your email fast enough, you start making a story in your head like, oh, they don't want this, or they want, you making meaning. Yes. So letting go of those types of stories that come into our head, and really, yeah, I mean, it's all about positive mindset. I mean, I think most of life is about mindset and positive mindset, sorry. And it's not always easy for me either. It's a daily practice. I think like a lot of other people, it's a daily practice. I even sent out an email this morning in my membership, and I was like, share some wins, because when I get those back and someone says that like I helped them do something, I'm like, oh gosh, okay, good. I am making a difference. What
Making a
all
difference.
the time and energy I spent on this, it is actually does mean something to people, because sometimes, you're out there day to day and you're, doing your thing, working in your business, and you kind of start wondering, like, does any of this make a difference? Like, why am I
Right.
doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So
it takes so much.
I will save those comments, and then anytime I have like a down day, you can go back to those comments and be like, yes, like what you're doing matters, like keep going, don't give up, all those things. But yeah, watching watching that inner dialogue as well, that's a big part of the mindset too.
Very powerful. I always say, I think we sign up for being business owner because one of our values is growth. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
you'd want this, but I think sometimes we underestimate the amount of growth, right? Like some days
Mm-hmm.
I'm stretched so far that I don't even know if I can survive it, right? Like it's just like, what?
Yeah.
And those little snippets of, or it's just so interesting. I'll get on a call that day and somebody will say, this really matters. I'm like, oh, well, it just settles in my heart a little bit. And I was like, okay, it's like a little
I
tank,
know.
right? That can kind of keep me going. But sometimes I'm like, I wish I didn't have to have that tank, but I think it's part of this. I think we need that community and
I think
helping
it
others.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's a practice. And I think over time, things get a little bit easier. I remember how
Yes.
I used to actually never look at my email marketing data because I did not want to see how many people unsubscribed, because it would just
Yes.
upset me. And
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, I have to look at these numbers. And then I learned to kind of just let it go. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Let it go. It's not meant to be. They don't want you will more will come more, people, it's kind of like, money flows, money comes, money goes, like people come, it's all flow. Right.
It's so
People will come
true.
and people will go.
The
Yeah.
email subscribers is a big one. And I've been doing a lot more digging around mine and going through and finding stuff. So as a result of going in and taking a look, I've noticed some issues and problems. Something big happened again yesterday. And I think it's kind of the same with
Yeah.
me. If you don't go in and take a good look around, you don't know what's seeping through the edge, what's
Hmm.
where all the issues are. And there's holes in the buckets, and that courage to go take a really good look at things is very, very powerful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And realizing those are a normal, like that's normal stuff in business. Like we all deal with that. You're not alone. Like we're all dealing with that. So it's just normal. That's the
Yes.
nature of business.
So do you have any tips for TikTokers that you'd like to share, or people that are new, or
Oh gosh. Yeah, so many tips. Which one do I want to focus on? I mean, I teach a community over virality approach. So definitely focus on building that community and knowing that community doesn't just happen overnight. It's a long-term game plan. So it takes time, and it takes patience and effort and work. That's why it's a little bit of a harder sell than going viral, but it really does pay off in the long run. So, some things I always say to help build community are go live. Going live is really powerful. Responding to your comments and actually engaging on these social media apps. Social media is meant to be social, but so many of us, we just post and ghost, or, I see it all the time. People just don't respond to comments, even when they only have like 10 comments. And who knows, maybe they are getting to those. And I do really try to make an effort to respond to people, to talk to people, because it's all about building that relationships, and it's really powerful. I know it takes time and energy in a business, but if whatever, you can slot it in like 10 minutes a day responding to comments, while you're waiting in line, while you're on the bus, or whatever. Take time to just go and do comment management, talk to people. It's really powerful.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that, the community over virality, because I think we
Mm-hmm.
give up if we think it didn't go viral or there's 3 views, and that community part is so important still over there. And I think it's going to be more so.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I got really, really excited when I realized that on TikTok. I was like, oh, like you don't have to go viral. Like,
Mm.
it's the same as all other social media marketing. You just want to attract the right people to you that you can nurture and and become potential customers. So I was like, okay, this is easy then. Like, it's just the same. So yeah, it's a harder sell on TikTok, even though the app itself likes to be like, build community, people, build community all the time. But it's a little bit more of an abstract concept, and people don't always understand, like, well, how do you do that? And again, it takes a lot of time, work, and energy, and not everyone's willing to do that. But that's where the power is, I think, in your business, and moving forward this day and age in marketing.
I think it'll take the pressure off some people as well, to know that you don't have to go viral. I think there's a lot of pressure still around that, or all of these views. And if you build community, it will work.
Yes,
I know for me,
it
there was a
will.
lady yesterday was talking about Portugal. She posted, and then she never came back to answer the comments. I was so frustrated because I wanted more information, right? I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's this castle? Like, whatever, right? And she never came back. And I was like, oh, I'm upset with her. Like
I
don't
know. I
it
sometimes
frustrated me.
remember too. Maybe I'm just weird, or my brain, but sometimes I'll have a thought like, oh, so and so didn't answer my question. Like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh, they're not responding to their comment. Like, they don't care. I
that's
mean,
what I
it's a
thought.
big deal to even get a comment on your videos. Like, that means someone took the time to stop and write something. That's huge in this day and age where everyone is so busy and short attention spans.
I
So
would love
yeah,
to have
that's
them.
why I try
Yeah.
as
I
much as I can, yes,
try to
respond to comments.
I try to watch my own behavior on there. Why did I like this one and not that? Why did I go past, etc. And then I do
Mm-hmm.
get into the comments, and there's some great stuff in there. And when they don't reply, I get frustrated because in 15 seconds you can only give so much
Yeah,
information. So I want more information.
yeah.
So I always find, yeah,
They're really a gold mine of marketing data as well.
yeah,
Whether you're looking in your competitors' comment section, what are people asking? What do they want? What are they struggling with? It can just tell you so much information.
so
Yeah.
much. So your name is amazing. There must be
Yes.
a story.
Um, a little bit. I mean, Wave is short for Waverly.
Oh, is
So
it?
Waverly is yeah, Waverly Wyld is my legal name. Yeah, but it's just gotten shortened to Wave over the years. But I will go by both.
Oh, I love it. And your sign is so sexy. Yeah, it's incredible.
Thank you. I found that this sign maker on TikTok, of course. Yeah, based in Vancouver, BC. Yeah,
Very
and I've been kind of wanting one for a while. But I was gonna do like a TikTok type of logo type of thing for a while, but then yeah, I decided no, better to go with my name.
So how can
Yeah,
people find you? What are you selling right now? How can they get to you and learn TikTok?
sure. Well, first of all, you can find me on all the social platforms at Wave Wyld. So WAVEWYLD, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube are my most active platforms. My website is just my name as well, wavewyld.com. I have this really great freebie. If anybody is interested in 9 short form video formats that you can make in under 10 minutes.
Oh,
So this really focuses on different types of ways that you can communicate a message through video. Something that people new to video really struggle with. So you can check that out. I'm sure you can share that. It's also on my socials.
I'll link it
Yeah, and
down
I have a
below.
membership as well. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we love the membership. I love getting the membership. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there's 2 levels to the membership. The first level is what's called the inside scoop. So there is trends and content ideas coming to you 2 times a week directly to your inbox. As well, there are a few other trainings in our portal for anybody who is kind of new to video and wants to start making a video on Reels or TikTok or using CapCut. There's a training in there as well. So there's a few other great trainings in there. And then the second level of the membership is called Social Video School. And this is where you can get more support from me. So we have monthly coaching calls. We have a community on Facebook. where you can ask questions and I share social media updates. And then there's trainings for all the social short form video platforms. So we have trainings on TikTok, Reels, and Shorts, the three primary vertical video platforms.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being on the show and talking with us. And if you want to learn more,
My pleasure.
Everything down below. And I love getting your inside scoop it gives me all the ideas because I just like you've done all the homework. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I have done all the homework. That's what it's meant to do. Save you time. And so, yeah, you just know what you can post. You don't have to think about it.
Perfect. Thanks, Wave.
You're welcome. Thank you.